What's up, MMO Attack fans? This is Zach here, bringing you a first impressions video for Pirate101, a kids-based MMORPG developed by KingsIsle. We're about to create a new character, but this game has a storyline, so we're just going to have to click through a bit of this story stuff here. We're just going to go ahead and click next. It's going to ask us if we want to be a boy or a girl. There is voice acting in this game, by the way, and it's pretty decent. We're going to select boy. And here we go. There's what our character looks like right now, but we can customize him. So I think we're going to go ahead and click next. And it's going to ask us for a name. This game sort of reminds me of Free Realms in that you can't pick your own name. You have to choose between a combination of predetermined names. I guess, again, that's to keep it kid-friendly. So let's just go with something random like that and then click next. Click next again. Click next. Oh, that's fancy. It's a little bit of a, let's see. How did you lose your parents? I'm not quite sure what this is asking me. We'll say squid attack. My parents were eaten by a squid. Yes. Alright, we're going to go ahead and... Okay, now it's going to ask us where we were raised. It looks like maybe this has to do with your stats. I don't know. You can be from Marleybone. It says keen eyes. Crocotopia, naturally spooky. Grizzleheim, naturally tough. Skull Island, you're a born sneak. And Mushu, you're a born warrior. Let's pick Marleybone. And click yes. Okay, now it's going to ask us what class we want. There are, I believe, 4 classes in the game. First of all, there's the Musketeer. The Musketeer is essentially the ranged DPS class in the game. There's the Witch Doctor. They're sort of the magic class in the game. They use voodoo. They have some debuffs and things of that nature. They can summon spirit allies. The Privateer buffs other people. They're sort of the enhancement class of the game, you might say, and they can also have some healing abilities. The Buccaneer is essentially the warrior class in the game. It's essentially the closest thing to a tank, and the Swashbuckler is melee DPS, in other words, closest thing to a rogue. So we're going to go ahead and pick the Musketeer. We're going to click yes. Okay, now that that's over, we can finally customize our character. Looks like we can choose between different facial options, skin color and hairstyles. Let's take a look at what all we've got here. We can move our character around just by left clicking and dragging. So let's see. I think long hair looks pretty good. Let's see his different facial options. His face doesn't change so much as his eyes and his eyebrows, but okay, his lips are changing somewhat there. Check different skin colors. My character looks slightly Asian, even though he has pale skin. But we're going to go ahead and click next. And here's where you can customize your outfit. And there's quite a wide variety of different ways in which you can customize your outfit. So there's different hats and shirts and pants and shoes. All sorts of different options. Let's go ahead with that. And you can change the color of everything. You can mix and match the colors, make everything the same color. Just, again, it depends on what you want to do. I think we'll try to keep everything as close to the same color as possible. We'll go with that shirt, and let's take a look at some of the different boots we can have. Those look alright, so we're just going to go ahead and click next. Alright, here's where we make our banner, and of course your banner is going to display on your ships. This is a pirate-based MMORPG. You have ships, and of course you can customize your ships the further you progress through the game. But right now we're just going to pick our banner, and there's a number of different ways in which we can customize it. Right now we're selecting a logo. Let's just go with something simple, and then we can select the design on the back. And of course we could change the color of all this if we wanted to, if we had time. But I think in the interest of time, we're just going to keep things as simplistic as possible and go with that. Click next a few more times, and it looks like it's going to load, and we should be able to take control of our character right away. Do you want to skip the tutorial? No, let's go ahead and play the tutorial. Essentially, it's just going to tell us what we got to do. We got to use the arrow keys to move around and talk. Let's see. So right away, movement is fairly smooth. You can use WASD to move. It's a little weird in terms of how do you control the camera while you move. You can't use the A or the D key while you're holding down the right mouse button. So if you want to use the mouse to turn, you only can use the mouse to turn. So let's see, the prisoner wants to talk to you. Open his cell door. Where is the prisoner? Let's see. Is he? There he is. Go ahead and press X to open the door. And there is our first companion. Now, companions in this game are pretty interesting. Your first companion is going to be a part of your story. And then additional companions, of course, you can get from story missions and other side quests. And once you get more companions, of course, you can mix and match companions. You can pick the ones that are best suited for a certain battle because they all have different skills. And as you level up, your companions level up. You have some choice as to how you want to customize your companions in that sense. So we're going to go up here, and it looks like it's going to teach us how to do the battles now. So we're just going to go ahead and attempt to skip all this. There's the deacon right there. And essentially, the battle system in this game works very, very similarly to a tactics-based RPG. Something like Final Fantasy Tactics or Vandal Hearts. Something similar to that. It's fairly different than maybe World of Warcraft or Rift or EverQuest or some game like that. So we're just going to have to run up to this NPC and you'll see what I'm talking about. Alright, essentially here we go. This is basically how we move around our characters. Right now I only have control of myself, so I'm just going to move my mouse over to one of the little blue squares, and it's going to tell me exactly what I have to do in terms of to attack the enemy. So, let's see. Click on the portrait to issue new orders. I just did that. Let's see. Click the portrait and click the... Okay, sorry. Alright, there we go. That took longer than I thought. And essentially, then you can sort of see your combat actions play out in a little bit of a cutscene. And I think that's pretty cool. And even if you get into, say, a battle where another player is nearby, you automatically join in with that player. The one problem that I do have with the combat in this game is it's a little bit slow paced, and you'll get a lot of quests to kill X number of enemies. And after a while, you think, you know, why can't I just attack these enemies one by one and kill them all in a matter of seconds? Why do I have to keep watching all these slow-paced cutscenes? It's just kind of boring. But then again, it is pretty cool in that it's something very, very different from your standard fare. And some of these animations, like that one right there, actually look pretty cool, I think. So, let's see. We only have about a few more of these guys left before we're through with the tutorial. But, let's see. The deacon guy. I think, let's see. Okay. Reinforcements. But, essentially, we have an ability which we're going to use now, I think. Or maybe, let's see. Click on the portrait, and then click this. And, okay. Let's see. Essentially, this is not going to take as long as you think because our captain here is about to do one move which pretty much is going to wipe everyone out all at one time. So there we go, we can watch them do that, and they're all gone. Now, as I mentioned before, this is a kids-based MMORPG, so while it's fun for all ages, I particularly think this game is pretty fun. It's not a game that is probably going to appeal to your average gamer in quite the same way that a more traditional MMO would. This is a game that I can imagine that if you're an MMO gamer yourself, maybe you have some kids that you also want to introduce to the world of MMOs, but you don't quite want to have them, you don't quite want to introduce them to the World of Warcraft community just yet. I think this game, along with its counterpart Wizard101, are great. I mean, I know I was like 12 years old when I first started playing MMOs, and I started playing with EverQuest, and I could just imagine having a cool game like this to play starting out. Alright, now we're going to set sail. And I'm not sure if it's actually going to give us control of the ship right away or not. Let's see if it will. I don't think so, yeah. But you can actually go back to your ship and control it, and then you can sort of fly around. It's a pirate-based MMORPG, but again, let me keep in mind that, well, let me say that you're sort of, you pilot an airship, kind of like in Skies of Arcadia. So let's talk to this guy here. You can almost not even see him for all the players. This game is very, very popular. Alright, talk to Rigby. So let's go find Rigby, shall we? Let's walk out the door here. And if you want to exit buildings, essentially you just have to run to the door. I don't even think you have to click on anything. Let's see. Life fountain, of course, we can click those things to revive and heal, it says, and if you're defeated in combat. So in other words, it works like a buying stone, so to speak. Let's take a look at the town while we're at it. So let's walk around down here. We can see lots of players. I don't really hear anybody talking very much. There's not a lot of chatter going on. I'm not quite sure why that is, but there are quite a few players just kind of all standing around, and you can sort of see a lot of them have the same companion. There is another companion that we will get fairly soon. Mini games. Yeah, there are some mini games that you can play in this game, but we're not going to take a look at those right now. Let's see. I think we're going to go ahead and talk to Rigby now. So let's go ahead and see what Rigby has to say. Let's run up to Rigby. And, well, like I was saying, again, this being a kids-based MMORPG. And again, even the art style kind of gives away it's a kids game in a sense. So let's talk to Bonnie. She's going to be our new companion here, so let's see. I'm getting some Fraps-related frame rate problems going on here, so defeat Troggies in Skull Mountain, so we'll see if we can do this. But yeah, this game also, in addition to what I've already mentioned, it has player housing as well. Of course, you can customize your house, and you can even do PvP inside of your house. So let's see, defeat Troggies in Skull Mountain. Unable to join, can't fight that. I guess there's just too many. There's so many people around, wow. I guess we have to wait till some more respawn. Let's see. That would be typical, wouldn't it? I'm trying to record a video and we have to wait till some more respawn. So we just kind of gonna run around here for a while. Okay, there's some more. Let's see. Okay, now it's gonna let us attack. So here we go. And you can sort of see what I'm talking about here, because not all these guys are, I should say this, that some of these guys are actually players, and I'm, of course, in control of myself. And I think here you'll see what I'm talking about in this battle, because some of these guys are actually players, and I don't actually control them, but of course I can move around independently. So let's see. There's tons of people here, so we're going to go ahead and do our best to attack. I'm going to control what little I can control, and I'm going to go ahead and click done. And essentially you just have to wait until everybody else is already moved, and then everybody's going to attack. And so yeah, this is not going to take long at all, I don't think. We're going to get through this fairly quickly. And one of those little, that giant cow there, the samurai cow, is attacking these guys now, and I'm sort of getting everybody confused in terms of who's who right now. But essentially, that's the combat system. You just have to issue your attacks, and then you click, and then you wait. So essentially, just like that. So you click done, and then you click wait on everybody else, and it's going to give you about 30 seconds. So yeah, this is definitely. It's while the animations are good and it's kind of fun to watch and see, it does get a little old after a while, I have to say. But again, it's something unique. If you're tired of the standard MMORPG, if you want something a little bit more casual, something a little bit more lighthearted, I think this game's actually a lot of fun. I mean, this game, Free Realms, Wizard 101, I think it's really cool that you have MMORPGs now that are developed specifically for kids, but also games that, while they're developed for kids, they can be enjoyed by people of older ages. For example, like I said, I think this game is actually fairly decent. It's not something that I think I'd play long term, but it's just kind of fun to play around with. So we're going to go ahead and click done. Is there anybody else I have to move? No, we're just going to have to wait. We got one more enemy. That's it. Let's see. Okay, now we're going to attack, and he almost killed that guy in one hit. Looks like he's going to another guy's going to attack, but he missed, and then here I go. Am I going to actually attack here? No, I'm not going to attack. Is anybody going to attack? Well, he is. So I guess everybody's going to have to wait one more turn. Wow, that's depressing. Okay. And we go back to the map here, and I'm going to attack now, and I'm just going to click done. We're going to wait. Hopefully not 30 seconds. And then we will see what's going on. 23, 22. Okay. I could not imagine playing this combat system for a very long period of time without getting bored out of my mind. All right, we did it. Okay, collect the treasure chest quickly. This is essentially to claim our loot. So okay, so we got some armor. I think, yeah, we can press the B key to open our inventory, and then we can equip some of the armor that we've got. Just, let's see. Yeah, just left click the armor to equip it, or double left click the armor, and there we go. And we have our armor, and essentially we can go back to the NPC if we want to. But I think that's about all the time we have for this first impressions video. If you guys want to check out more about Pirate 101, Head on over to the game's official website if you want to learn more about MMO Attack. Head on over to MMOattack.com for more MMO gaming news, reviews, opinions, giveaways, and other awesome.